Damn, it seems like my last YouTube post got a lot of people in the comments really mad. So let's get into it. So for those who don't know, a day ago, I dropped a video that's titled "Dad Arrested After Beating His Son for Wearing Makeup." And in this video, there was a dad who got arrested for beating his son that was in high school for wearing makeup. And a lot of people in the comments were saying, oh, I was wrong for how I reacted, for how I spoke my opinion. There was a lot of iffy comments, and we're gonna get into those comments. Okay, so first comment is by, I can't pronounce the name. I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, but he says, reading the title sounds like a father who cares about his son. Men are held by standards. And to a little point, I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, men are held to standards. But if your child is showing feminine traits and if your child is, from the looks of it, gay, then they already made their choice about who they want to be in life, especially if they're in high school with the 16, 17, 18 age range. If they make that decision that they want to be gay, how are you as a parent going to dictate that? I understand that men are held to some unwritten rules, unwritten standards by society, that they're supposed to be strong, they're not supposed to show weakness, this, that, and the third. But at the same time, you have to look at it from a perspective of, this is your child. Right or wrong, if your child decides to be gay, are you going to shame them because they aren't 18 yet? Or are you going to try to talk to them and have an understanding relationship with them? That's up for debate, but that's my opinion to your comment. To Dwight McKissick 8832, we stand with the parents, fool.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
No one said you didn't have to stand with the parents. I understand that some people are gonna have opinions where they feel like, oh,
if my child comes in the house wearing makeup, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
But I don't hold that same sentiment that you all have. If my child is coming home wearing makeup, I'm gonna discuss with my child, hey, I don't want you wearing makeup in my house. If they do it again, I'm gonna then further get into a real argument and a real discussion about why I don't want them wearing it in my house. I'm not gonna go instead, since I gave you a warning about wearing makeup in my house, then beat the fuck out of you. If anybody watched the video, you can tell the father is buff, the father is well built. Any slight hit can really fuck up your child like that. No, I do not condone hitting your child just because they wore makeup. They are in high school. If they decided at that point they want to wear makeup, chances are they're already gay. So what are you gonna do? Beat them out of their identity? That's not how it works. To conduct. Not even watching your video, but that's a good dad. You sure commented, so regardless, you clicked on the video. So I'm glad you at least clicked on the video. But if you feel like that's a good dad, props to you. If you feel like this is the type of father you want to be, all the power to you, bro. Me personally, I'm not going to be that father. I'm going to make it safe to where my child can confide in me. Not the environment to hit my child just because they do something I don't like. That doesn't require disciplinary actions. Vandians 3819. He is free to live his life any way he wants, as soon as he could pay his own way in this world. I blame the schools for pushing this foolishness. They have every right to keep it from influencing his younger sibling. I wouldn't hit him, but the financial taps would be turned off. He can buy his own makeup. And if he is in my house, he can wash it off first or keep himself on the other side of my door. Next thing they know, he will be disrespecting them by calling the name they chose for him with love and care his dead name. They don't respect their parents, but yet expect a roof over their heads, food in their bellies, and spending change in their pockets. Like you said, get the fuck out of here. Now, I could really agree with this. Not all the way, but I can really agree with this in the first half of the message. Because Vandian says, he is free to live any way he wants, which he is because he's his own human, as soon as he can pay his own way in the world. Now, I do agree with that. If you're going to be living under your parents' roof, you should abide by your parents' rules until you're able to live on your own. It may suck, you may not like it, but they're your parents. You don't have no other option. You gotta live there. And if you gotta live there, you should abide by the rules. And I also feel like they do. The parents do have every right to keep it from influencing their younger child. They 100% do, because as children, as younger children at that, they are greatly influenced by their older siblings, as I was, and as I'm sure pretty much a lot of people were. So yeah, they do have a right to keep it from their other sibling, to make sure their sibling grows up unbiased. You then said I wouldn't hit him, but the financial taps would be turned off. He can buy his own makeup. And that right there is a good point. If I'm a parent and I'm giving you money inside of my house and you're buying it for things that I don't want you to buy it on, no, you're getting cut off from money, and you can work and spend your hard-earned money on those things that I don't want you buying. So that I agree with you on. To Richard Spites, the cops must stop interfering in family affairs. The state does not have the authority to do such. Bro, I don't know who told you this, but the cops have to do something in this situation. Just as the schools have to do something. When a child, doesn't matter any age, even if they're in high school, if they go to a school, in any school resource, if they tell any teacher and say that they've been getting hit at home, the school by law has to report it to the police. And by law, the police has to follow up and do investigation. That's what they have to do. It's not intervening in family affairs. The child brought it up to the school. If the child would have never brought it up to the school, we would have never knew about this. I wouldn't have made this video. Y'all wouldn't have dropped in comments. Simple as that. To Ruben Delgado, 1865. When you live with your parents, you do what they say, but beating him for this is just flat out wrong. You have a talk with your kid and try to work it out. It's so sad that this was handled the way by the parents. I completely agree. I think this is really what I've been trying to get at to these people. Beating your child for this situation is flat out wrong. I don't care about no toxic masculinity traits that y'all think men should be upholding. Beating your child for this is wrong. Given the circumstances, it does not match getting beat the fuck out of by your buff father for. It doesn't. And y'all can feel any way, obviously, but I'm gonna stick this comment right here. I definitely like. To Dwight McKissick 8832, you sound like you are a part of the LGBT community.
What did you say, nigga?
Oh my God. You got me, bro. You got me. Yes, I'm part of the LGBTQ community. Yes. If that was the case,
what does that change?
Does my points have any less validity if I was a part of that community, which I'm not? Come on. You as a man, you got to do better. I'm only 22 years old, and I already know by that comment, you're way older than me. You got to do better as a man. When you see another man's comment, you got to go to shame. Oh, this nigga gay. No, I'm not. But I have empathy and sympathy for others. And I'm not just going to be like, oh, because I don't agree with someone's lifestyle, because I wouldn't allow this in my house, I would then condone beating the fuck out of your child. No, brother. To Sean Newsom, QB17. Dude making this video ain't getting the response he was looking for, haha. The son better run because he's gonna get a bigger ass whooping after all this shit. To Sean, to be honest, I don't care what response I get. This is a reaction channel, and I'm gonna state my reaction in the moment to what I react to. Simple as that. If you have a comment and you hate what I have to say, congrats. Share your comment, because I always like to talk to people. In this world, there's not enough talking with one another. Whether we disagree on something, we can still talk, whether we disagree about something. But let's take it further about what you said. The son better run because he's gonna get a bigger ass whooping after all this shit. So even after these cops leave, after their dad probably gets out of jail again, this son is gonna get beat even worse. You know that, and you still decided to comment that. Why? When this child went to his school and said he was being abused, your response is, oh, he gonna get a bigger ass whooping after that. Does that make sense to you? Do you not see this type of shit you're rooting for? Maybe I'm in a alternate world where this is okay, but If so, fuck it. Okay, to Sean Newson again. Stop with this dumb commentary, dude. You are wrong, and so is the son. Liberal views are not going to be pushed onto conservative parents. Brother, who the fuck cares about liberal, conservative, democratic? Who cares about views? I don't condone for parents beating the fuck out of their kid just because their kid is gay and put on makeup. There are so many other things as a parent you can do other than beating the fuck out of your kid. That's all I'm saying. This isn't no liberal views. I don't align with any political parties because all of it's a fucking scam, bro. All of these political parties, all this shit is a scam. I don't give a fuck about either or, to be honest. But if you think I'm liberal, shout out to you, I guess. Is that a diss? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. To the comment, One Eye Creech. So the YouTuber who posted this video asked if mom was wearing makeup. What? You're an idiot. She said they already had a discussion with him about the issue. So yeah, he asked for what he got from his dad. And as for you, defending this young man for wearing makeup makes you part of the problem, not the solution. You as a young, quote unquote, man should be using your platform to guide young men in the right direction, not claiming that it's okay. God have mercy on all of the young men and women, especially the ones who are having an impact on their moral stability.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Oh my gosh. We got the moral police over here. Let me make this first point. When I made the first comment about asking if the mom is wearing makeup, dummy, is to point out her hypocrisy in what she said. Because what she said was, oh, that's not how you came into this world. It's not natural. She was not looking natural, just like how she came into the world. She made changes to herself also. All right, did that not get through your thick skull, my G? But I'm the idiot. This guy doesn't understand hypocrisy, but I'm the idiot. Okay. You said, as for you defending this young man wearing makeup makes me part of the problem, not the solution. Brother, I'm not defending anybody wearing makeup. I'm saying parents shouldn't beat the fuck out of their kid for wearing makeup. Two different things. Two fucking different things. You then said, as a young man, I should be using my platform to guide other young men in the right direction and not claiming that it's okay. Bro, listen here. I just turned 22. I'm 22 years old. If a young man is watching me for guidance, he's looking at the wrong place. Because me, myself, I haven't even grown up. I'm 22 years old. I still got a lot of more growing and experiencing to do. So if you're a young man and you looking for me for guidance, brother, you are fried. You are cooked. If you're a young man, you shouldn't be looking at nobody your same age for guidance, because we all are just trying to figure it out. Simple as that. I'm not gonna lie, this was really fun. I think I'm gonna start doing this now. When I get a lot of negative reviews on something, I think I'm gonna just react to it. And so it could be a further discussion, because I like discussions like this. That'll be it for this video. If you got any discussions, the comment section is right there. I mean, you might as well leave a comment. But that'll be it for this video. I will catch y'all later. Peace.